Are you looking for the best Fujifilm camera to take your photography or videography to the next level? Whether you're a beginner exploring the world of mirrorless cameras, a travel enthusiast who loves capturing stunning shots on the go, or a professional searching for top-tier performance, Fujifilm has something for everyone. In this video, we'll break down the top 6 best Fujifilm cameras that deliver incredible image quality, classic design, and powerful features. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know exactly which Fujifilm camera is the perfect match for your needs. Number 6. Fujifilm X-T30 II. Fujifilm has been releasing a smaller version of its flagship X-T camera for the past several generations. The latest, the Fujifilm X-T30 II, is my favorite version they have done yet, and I don't think I am alone, as it is still yet to be replaced. Confusingly, despite being the stripped-down version of the X-T4, the camera is not called the X-T40. The more minor name change might be because the X-T30 II is not a huge upgrade on the original X-T30. Instead, it's a minor refresh, with a larger screen and inherited autofocus technology from the flagship X-T4. It's clearly designed to mollify those who have been champing at the bit for an X-T40, and it should just about manage that. Despite its older sensor, the X-T30 II is more than capable of creating gorgeous-looking images, especially with the various film simulation modes enabled or using film recipes you find online. The X-T30 II is a hugely pleasurable camera to use, with clicky manual dials for a vintage touch. Although the camera is a little cramped for those with large hands, you can also notice where the build quality has been compromised to meet a lower cost, with it just not feeling as good as the main X-T lines of camera, or the similarly retro-inspired X100VI or X Pro range. But the retro-inspired looks still shine through, and will inspire a few glances out on the street. Despite there being a new model in the roster with the Fujifilm X-T50, this is not a direct replacement for the X-T30 II, with the latter camera still being widely available. The X-T50 is a more advanced but much more expensive camera, and I think the X-T30 II is the far better proposition for anyone after a vintage-looking camera at an affordable price. Still a quality camera, the X-T30 II is the best affordable Fujifilm camera you can get. Number 5. Fujifilm X-M5. The Fujifilm X-M5 is an impressively compact and stylish camera that feels perfectly tailored for vloggers and content creators. Its 26.1 MP X-Trans CMOS 4 APS-C sensor and X-Processor 5 deliver stunning image quality, and I was particularly impressed with its 6.2K open-gate video recording. This feature opens up creative possibilities, especially for those wanting to crop or reframe for different aspect ratios. While the camera's small size and top-plate control dials make it highly portable and user-friendly, I missed having a built-in viewfinder. The reliance on digital image stabilization is another compromise, as it introduces a noticeable crop factor, meaning you'll need to use wider lenses for vlogging. However, the autofocus system is excellent, with reliable subject detection, including animal eye AF and touch tracking autofocus for video. Audio quality is another standout. The X-M5's internal directional microphones, combined with improved wind filtering, deliver noticeably better sound, which is a big plus for content creators. In lab tests, the camera's resolution and dynamic range really impressed me, outperforming rivals like the Canon EOS R50 and Nikon Z30, especially with its cleaner images at higher ISOs. Although it lacks a viewfinder, the 3-inch vari-angle touchscreen is bright and responsive, making it easy to compose shots. Overall, the X-M5 offers a compelling mix of portability, power, and features, making it a strong contender for creators who value performance in a compact package. Number 4. Fujifilm X100VI. Fujifilm's X100VI was the camera that sparked the internet. Its current obsession with Fujifilm's retro-styled modern cameras. The launch of the Fujifilm X100VI certainly hasn't slowed down that momentum, and according to many sources, The X100VI is the most pre-ordered camera of all time. Is this all just overhyped? Absolutely not. The Fujifilm X100VI is still my top choice for anyone who wants a beautiful and premium compact camera without the faff of changing lenses. The X100VI has a fixed lens that is roughly equivalent to 35mm on, a full-frame camera, and is my personal focal length of choice for street or travel photography. There are converters available for the X100VI to make the lens wide or more tele, but I find these a little overpriced. They can also be hard to find. However, if you want to use screw-in filters, there is an additional $50 purchase of a filter ring. But for the price you're paying, I feel this should really come in the box. When it comes to image quality, the X100VI has the same 40.2 megapixels X-Trans sensor as the flagship-level Fujifilm X-T5, which is an exceptional sensor. This is paired with the latest X processor 5, which enables autofocus recognition and tracking for even more subjects, including animals, birds, and vehicles. The X100VI also adds 6K video, albeit at a slight 1.23 times crop, or there is always 4000 video with no crop if you don't need that extra resolution. Finally, the X100VI adds in-body stabilization, which makes video a little smoother and the camera better in low light with slower shutter speeds. Of course, you get access to Fujifilm's beloved film simulations and recipes, taking some of the work out of editing, and are what have made this camera so popular. The wonderful hybrid optical viewfinder is also a major highlight, and one of the reasons I am still obsessed with rangefinder cameras as my last-ditch attempt to keep an optical viewfinder in an increasingly mirrorless EVF world. The Fujifilm X100VI was notorious for being perpetually out of stock around the world, with a months-long waiting list. So I am keenly watching to see if Fujifilm has resolved its manufacturing hiccups with this model. Number 3. Fujifilm X-H2S. The Fujifilm X-H2S is, in our reviewers' opinion, one of the best APS-C hybrid cameras ever made, which is high praise indeed. And an opinion I am inclined to agree with, as each time I have used this camera I have left very impressed by the speed and power. The X-H2S is the fastest camera in the Fujifilm X mount range, made for professional and enthusiast sports and wildlife photographers where keeping up with the action is paramount. The X-H2S can shoot at 40 frames per second with minimal screen blackout, alongside its in-body image stabilization to keep those big telephoto lenses even steadier. Not just for stills, though. The X-H2S can also capture 6000 video, or 4000 at up to 120 pixels, and has a flip-out vari-angle screen and a 5.76 meters electronic viewfinder. I love the 1.5 times crop factor of APS-C sensors for their ability to get a little closer to the action with smaller-sized optics, and Fujifilm has a well-built-out lens collection with options for every situation from wide to tele, as well as a choice of zooms and primes, so no matter how and what you like to shoot, you're covered. The X-H2S body is also built for professional handling, with a big, chunky grip to easily hold onto while shooting with larger lenses. The X-H2S also has a comfortable button and dial layout for quick controls, with none of the retro dials from Fuji's cooler cameras to be found here. All this additional power, however, comes at a price, with the X-H2S being the most expensive camera in Fujifilm's APS-C lineup. Although the X-H2S offers excellent specs that eclipse its closest rivals in the APS-C space like the Canon EOS R7, compared to similar full-frame cameras, the X-H2S can look like a bargain. Number 2. Fujifilm X-S20. I fell hard for the Fujifilm X-S20 when I tested it. I was just so impressed at the amount of features that Fujifilm had managed to squeeze into its little body, and how little they were charging for it. It's a video camera, it's a stills camera. It is good for travel or the streets, I think. This is probably one of the best cameras on the market right now for a lot of people. The X-Trans 4 sensor might be the same as the XS10, but this is no bad thing, as I am still very impressed with the photos today. However, the XS20 sets itself apart with a big bump from Fuji's new X processor 5, which not only brings the best of Fujifilm's pinpoint autofocus recognition and tracking, but also video processing that belongs in a more premium-priced camera. Despite its small and compact size, the X-S20 is a deceptively powerful video camera capable of 6,000 video with open gate and numerous codecs for those filmmakers who like to get in-depth with video editing. With subject recognition and tracking in videos including face recognition and dedicated vlogging features, content creators especially will find a lot to love in the X-S20. While the camera isn't in Fujifilm's popular classic retro style like the X-T5 or X-T30 II, I still think the camera looks very good, and I found it a joy to use with excellent handling, and it offers more straightforward controls than those two cameras with their all-manual dials. The introductory price is a little higher than the previous X-S20, which might put some people off, although I think the price bump is justified. As for the cost, you are getting a considerably capable camera that punches above its status. Number 1. Fujifilm X-T5. The Fujifilm X-T5 is the company's latest camera in its hugely popular X-T range. Now I am someone who owns just a few too many vintage film cameras, so naturally I love Fujifilm's X-T range for its incredible classic style, which takes influence from classic cameras from the days of film. The X-T5 features traditional dials on the top of the camera which will help you change ISO and shutter speed settings quickly. But don't let the retro looks fool you. Under the hood, the X-T5 is also at the cutting edge for digital camera tech. Like all X-series cameras, the Fujifilm X-T5 has an APC-C sensor with a massive 40.2 MP resolution, which is also capable of recording 10-bit 4:2:2 video at 6.2K 30p. Has in-body stabilization for steady shooting and a 3-way tilting touchscreen for flexible image composition. This is a camera that is ideal for professionals or serious enthusiasts alike. If anyone says that APS-C sensors are fundamentally worse than full frame, then I would counter with this camera. After testing the X-T5, I was so blown away by the image quality, video, design, and build of such a compact and lightweight camera that I ended up buying one for myself. And that wraps up our list of the best Fujifilm cameras you can get right now. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more camera and tech reviews, and drop a comment letting us know which Fujifilm camera is your favorite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.